Good morning, everyone. Okay, last night I finished round 19, which is our last increase round, and I completed the 3 rounds following with no increase right here. So round 19 is our last increase round, and then it says work 3 more rounds, all space, no increase space, ending last round with chain 5, turn, and commence. So that's where we're at right now. Oops, pattern fell. Okay, we're starting round or row 23, or actually row 1. Let's do this right. Row 1 of the sideways. We're starting this area now, I do believe. And we are working the left cup. Yes, we're working the left side first. So here we go. What do? I got a chain 5 and turn. Well, I have it on chain 3 right now, I think, so I can just add 2 more to that. Okay, chain 5, turn and commence, first row, 1 double in the first space, 33 spaces, chain 4 and turn. All right, that sounds pretty simple, cut and dry. And this is how it's looking. It's like cup shaped now. That's where we are. Okay, that's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so what I have done is started here with the chain. Well, what did I do there? I just undid my stitch. Okay, so I started here with the chain 5. No, ma'am. Here we go. With the chain 5. And then I chained 1 as I figured, especially after looking closely at the picture, it's the same type of work as up here. So it is open lace work. So worked my double crochet in the first space, chained 1, did that all the way across for 33. I put this in the 34th stitch for 33 stitches. Then it said to chain 4, turn, and in the first space, work the double crochet and continue on as you know before for 33 spaces. So that's what I'm going to do. And then they said that for the 3rd and 4th rows, 1 treble, of course you're going to chain 4, turn, and 1 treble in the first space for 29 spaces for 2 rows. And then the 5th and 6th row we go down to 25 spaces, and then the 7th and 8th we go down to 21 spaces, and the 9th row we go down to 17. So I'm assuming what they mean is when you get to your 29th space, stop, chain 4, turn. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that's where I'm at. I will check in with you guys when I get all done with this section and we start the side and back. Okay, so here is where I'm at now. I went ahead and finished the center portion, the center front portion, oops, which is right here, sort of stepping it down looking design there. Then I counted 28 stitches back from, just like it said, rejoin thread to 28th space from start of center of front shaping at lower straight edge. So that's what I did. I counted 28 stitches back this way, reattached my thread. Then it said to work 29, well, chain 4 and then work in the first space a double crochet and then work 39 more. So I have this at the 40 mark, so this is my 39th right here. And what I'm going to do is row 2, so I'm working on row 1 now. Row 2, miss the first space, double crochet in the next 38 spaces, chain 4, turn. Row 3, miss the first space, follow the exact same steps up here for 37 spaces, and then it says to continue in this manner, working 1 space less at the start of each row until the 22nd row, where it looks like I should have 18 spaces worked. And then down here we start our US term, where is it? Oh, in the 24th. So 23rd row is chain 3, 1 double crochet in each space for 19 spaces, chain 4, turn. Then we start their version of double treble, or what they call double treble, but what we call, not their version, I guess they were probably doing it before Americans, so if I'm being proper, a double treble, and for us, a treble, where you wrap around your hook twice. Okay, so I'll be working treble crochets in each of the next 3, miss 1, and then 1 treble or double treble for UK in each of the next 4. Do this 3 times. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I will check in with you guys in a little bit, and then I will end this video for today, and we'll carry on to tomorrow. Okay, so I am on row 3 now of working this side band area. Oops, let me get in frame here. Working the side band area. So this is going to be quite a lot of work. So this is going to be my homework, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow with my progress on this one, because as I read on, I've got to do this from row 1 to row 48. And before I get to row 40, oh yeah, I've got to do, I basically have to work 48 rows. Working the US terms treble crochet for 22 rows. Let's see here, yeah, last row 22 times. So I have quite a bit of work ahead of me, and I still have things around the house I need to do. So I'm not going to just sit here and steady do this. I'm going to do this progressively throughout my early morning, late morning, early afternoon. And then I will check in with you guys tomorrow, okay? Then we start on the right side. Woo! See you guys tomorrow. Well, good morning. Storms. Nothing quite like crocheting some vintage undergarments on a stormy morning, right? I've made quite a bit of progress, so let's get this video started so I can show you what I've done. Where I am, I have completely finished the cup and the center front piece, and I've got this portion of the side band and the back band, and I added a few extra because guess what? Yesterday, out of sheer curiosity, I tried this on myself. Now, I happen to be a C cup. I was making this with it appearing to be more of a B cup, but as one of my viewers had pointed out, Miss Rosemary, I'm most likely using the wrong size hook. I would have to say you are completely correct, because there's no reason why this should be like big enough for me, which is a C cup. She had recommended that I probably use a 13. I do have a 12. I think if I make this again, which I am strongly considering buying some more of this yarn, because like I said, I want to keep the others for collection. I might go on Etsy and buy some more number 60 thread, and I might play around with a 13 or a 12. So I might go ahead and do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to stick with this one because it's looking like this is actually going to fit me. Something I can actually tangibly wear. Maybe not all the time because I don't want the cotton to degrade like super fast. But maybe sometimes if I'm in a vintage mood, which I can tend to be in a very, very vintage mood, I might feel like wearing this. So I added a few extra rows in the back. Look at the color change. Look at that color change right there. I added a few extra rows, which it did say in the pattern that this is the point where you need to do that if you need to make it bigger. So they said to do 22 rows of this UK terminology would be double treble, but here in the US it's just treble. And I added about 7 extra rows of it so that I could have a little, these are buttonholes, all these are buttonholes, so that way I can have a little bit of overlapping for tightening and loosening depending on how much I feel like breathing that day. But yeah, I think I'm gonna actually wear this. And to be honest with you, whenever I put this on myself yesterday, and I did put it on bare, it was so cooling, especially in these summer months. Again, I live in the desert. It felt so cooling and comfortable. None of this felt uncomfortable on the skin at all. Like, I am completely shocked. And now it makes sense why in all the other pictures I've seen of vintage crochet bras, they're not padded. I'm not padded, but they're not lined at all. The back parts, I seen one where the back part was lined, but this and the cup is not lined in any of the photos I've seen showing crochet pattern, or I'm sorry, crochet bras. So I'm thinking I'm still gonna get the silk. I don't think I'm gonna pad any of this. Not pad, but I'm sorry, line. I don't think I'm gonna line any of this, but I do think, like I seen in that one picture, I might line the back pieces because it seems like that might be a little uncomfortable after a while. It does feel a little rough. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. And I'm about to insert some pictures now. I went on Etsy yesterday because I got so excited seeing this done. I'm like, this is really, really happening. So I went on Etsy and I bought some vintage Italian ribbon. And I bought a little set of vintage mother of pearl buttons. So I'm about to show you some of those pictures right now. Okay, I absolutely love all of those. They were super affordable, so I'm very excited. Plenty of material there to actually make another one of these, but I did buy 2 more bra patterns. I'm not obsessed with bras, I promise, but they are neat. It's neat to me. I almost feel like for a moment each day I am in a way reliving what a woman in the 30s or the 40s would have done if she couldn't afford to get a bra, or if she preferred making her own undergarments. I find it fascinating and kind of exciting. So I did buy 2 more bra patterns. So moving right along, here is where I'm at now with my second cup. I've got to finish this row, and then the next row will be my double increase round. And I already have this memorized. I did it so many times. On the 10th round, you do your double increase. On the 17th round, you do your double increase. On the 19th round is your last increase round. And then you do your 3 non-increase rounds. And then I start this. I'm going to have this whole cup and probably this portion done by the end of today, because I am burning through this. I started this about 25 minutes before I got on camera, and I'm already at 9 rows. I'm ready to do my 10th row, my first increase round. I don't know why I always jumble up round and row, but anywho, so as soon as I get done making this portion on this cup, I will stop and wait till I get back on camera, and I'll show you guys how it connects. I don't have a clue how it connects. I'm basically just gonna do what I've been doing and winging it with the pattern, but we will connect it together on camera. Then I should start, after I'm done connecting it, I'll have to work this portion, the back strap. Well, whenever I'm done with the back strap, because I'll work on the connection with you guys, and then off camera I'll do this strap. Then I'll get back on camera the next day and we will start this band together and see how that works out. So that's where I'm at here on day 5. And thank you everyone for watching these videos and for joining me on this journey of the vintage bra. I don't know, I'm kind of excited. But okay, I wanted to get on here, show you how far I've come along for day 5. I guess I don't have too much to say since My first few videos was really trying to work the kinks out with this, and I've got it worked out. So now I'm just kind of burning through this one, and so it leaves me with just not quite as much to say, but I have a feeling that once I get down to the strap, the bottom banding, I was looking on ahead, it's a bit confusing. And it may be less confusing once the work is complete and I can visually see what they're talking about. But the lower band, I actually Googled what does endways mean, because I have an idea of what endways mean, but I don't know what 1940s British crochet terminology endways means. But it says to chain 3 treble in the first endways treble, 4 treble in the next endways treble, or 4 chain 24 times. Did your eyes cross like mine did just now? Then 3 treble in the next row and loop or treble 23 times. I'm confused. I am confusion, but I've been confused before and I've worked it out before. So I have confidence that I'm going to work this out. So I will check back in with you tomorrow. I'm super excited to get this done. I know I'm going to get this done fast because I got a pretty good grasp of this portion and the rest of this as well, all this part. So when I see you tomorrow, it may not be tomorrow. I may have to skip a day. I'm not sure. I don't know that I can get all this done in a day. Plus, I'm working on a tutorial right now with one of my original patterns, my original design. So I'm doing both at once, plus running my household. I may be putting a little too much on my plate for today. I'm going to work on this as much as possible, and then I will check in with you tomorrow just for a little checkup so we can see how far along our bra is coming. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I love y'all, and I'm about to enjoy these storms and make some undergarments. Bye. Good morning. Okay, got one half almost completely done. I am now to the point where I'm ready to stitch these two together, but I wanted to do that on camera with you guys. And until the ribbon I ordered comes in and the buttons I ordered come in, that's when I'm completely done with this strap and the bottom band. That's where it's going to have to stay until that stuff comes in the mail. Only one of them have been shipped, the ribbon. So we will see. I mean, if I don't have the buttons, I don't have the buttons. I can still show you guys the end result. But this is where we're at. This area right here is what we're going to work on today. And then I'm going to start this portion on this side. So I read a little bit of what they want done for this area, and based on looking at it, I've done something similar like this before on something else I made years ago, so it kind of hit my memory like pretty easily. So we do not fasten off once we complete the ninth round. Do not fasten off. Chain 7. When they say double crochet, they mean US terminology, it would be single crochet. They mean double crochet, but for us it's single crochet. Into third space. Do this 6 times. So the way I imagine it, because there are no further instructions on making 7 chains, so I'm imagining we're doing the zigzag here. So that's what they mean by 6 times. So here we go. Alright, come on you. There we go. Trying not to undo the whole stitch. Okay. 1. Let me adjust that color a little bit for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we single crochet into the third space. So 2, 3 right there. All right, chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm guessing I turn it over this way and count 3. So this I'm going to consider already been worked. So 1, 2, and 3. I hope I'm doing this right. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, coming up to the last on this side. Here we go. Into the very bottom one there. There we go. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come across here and get this very last one. All right, let's take a look at our work before we carry on. There we go. Oops. Now it is connected. I still have to connect. I believe I'm gonna have to connect this over to here. So I've got to work my way up, and I think I work one more over. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. So I did read on a little bit. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, why does this look so unbalanced? Oh, it's balanced. Okay, it looked weird at first, sorry. Okay, so yes, I'm going to work my way up this way, do one more chain 7 and connect it on this side. I'll be right back. Just to show you what I'm doing, I've decided to take a little creative control on making my way back up to the top. They wanted a slip stitch all the way up to the top. That would have left the seam looking basically like this, only maybe a little bit thicker. I decided to take a little creative control on this, and I'm going with single crochet in every space, single crochet into the top of every double crochet, and 1 single crochet on each side of our 7 chain here. And I'll show you why I decided to go this way. Again, this is just me kind of doing my own thing, taking some creative initiative here, but I will show you the difference of what that looks like. I'll stop right here. Now you can see what this side looks like, and this is basically how it would have looked had I continued on just doing slip stitches the whole way up. And I'm also going to, whenever I make the 7 chains and connect over here, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing down this side, because they only say to do it up one side, make your chain 7 and then cut. But look at the depth and definition that doing the single crochet along the top creates. I feel like that is a nicer look. It's just a nicer look. Imagine that on both sides. I think it's going to look really nice. So that's what I'm sticking with. Be back when I'm all done. Okay, I am all done. I have cut. I haven't sewn in my end yet, but I really like the way this turned out with the row of single crochet going all the way up. It almost feels like it's encapsulating the crisscross design. So there we go. All done with this portion. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on this portion. I'm going to show you how I did that when I was working on it on this side. Okay. So it says to, let me get some thread ready. Count 28 stitches from the start. This is the start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Oh, I just lost it. Hang on. Okay. I recounted and let's make sure that they match up pretty good. I mean, that folded right in half, didn't it? And that seems to match up pretty spot on. I feel confident with that. So how I attach mine, probably a very similar way most of you attach yours, but I'll go ahead and there we go. Make my slip knot first, remove it from my hook, go into my stitch, then I will reattach my slip knot and carry on from there. Oh, I got all kinds of strings. Okay, just like that. One, two, three, and four. Pull that down a little bit. And then I need to work 39 of these spaces, or double crochet, chain one. Because now I am starting on the side area here, but for the other side. Okay, and I probably won't bore you to tears by doing this on camera, but I'll come back when I'm done with this row. Okay, so I've been working on this for a few minutes. I've gotten 3 rows done and working on the 4th row. I'm working this stitch for stitch like I did this one, where they have you start off with 39, chain 4, go up and skip your first space and do 38, then 37, then 36, all the way down till you have 18. And at 18, you do 1 row of just straight double crochet, and then you do this portion here where you work 4 US term treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1, do 4, chain 1, skip 1, do 4. I'm kind of wondering if I think for symmetry I might go ahead and just do this as it states. Even though these are buttonholes, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, I think the last one I may just do double or the treble crochet across to eliminate the buttonholes so that I have something really substantial to put my buttons on. And it looks like for this, I'm not going to need 3 buttons. I think I'm only going to need 2 buttons. Because the buttons I got, I believe they're 10 millimeters, so that's going to really that's going to be too crowded, I think. So that's where I'm at. So I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon working on this, getting some things done around the house, and working on this, and finish my day working on this. When I see you again, I will have both of the back straps done, and I will be ready to begin this, which the way they have the first row, I already showed you in day 5 video, the way they have this first row written down is just some of the most confusing stuff I've ever read. I don't understand it at all. And it may just be that I don't understand British terminology when it comes to patterns. Like, I don't know what endways is. I don't know what they mean by most of this. But again, when I'm done with the strap, this will probably make more sense. So I'm not going to let this worry me. I'm just going to work this portion and deal with this when I get there. I know that I'm not supposed to cut. Do not cut thread. Turn and continue working along lower straight edge of the brassiere. So I will come back to you guys whenever I'm ready to do this point, and it will most likely be tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.